So, Jim Broadbent, welcome to Shetland. How did
Thank
you
you.
find that particular showing in the Q&A afterwards?
It went very well. A wonderful reaction. Yes, I was delighted and very good and perceptive questions. An excellent audience.
Do you actually sit in and watch your films, something like that?
No, I haven't. I didn't this time. Sometimes do. I mean, it depends if I've seen it recently or what else I've got to do, whether I've got time. But on the whole, when a film opens, I'll there's a generally what we call a cast and crew viewing, to which the general public aren't invited. So I'll go to that, and see it again at a premiere and maybe another screening, and that's generally the lot. I wouldn't see it again after that. But having said that, I'm going to watch Topsy Turvy tonight because I haven't seen it for a long time, and it's a film I really like. I like the music apart from anything else.
Yeah, what's it like sitting back in an audience, among an audience, and watching a film with others as if you haven't seen it before, perhaps?
Yeah, well, I mean, it is a bit like that. When certainly something like Topsy Turvy, it's good. I don't know how 10 years since I last saw it, or something like that. So and it does come at you very fresh, and you laugh at the jokes as if because they surprise you.
Are any of your films at all ones that you do actually want to see again, that you particularly enjoy watching over every so often? Any kind of highlights, I suppose?
Sometimes, I mean, on the whole, if you sort of wipe them and don't forget, don't see them again. I mean, I don't remember when I've ever thought, oh, I'll take that one off the shelf and have a look at it. But sometimes you stumble across it, or somebody else is watching it, and you go into the room and it's on TV, and you think, and I sometimes watched like 3/4 of a film perched on the arm of a chair, just thinking, oh, that's very interesting. And it all, no, it's an interesting experience remembering it or not remembering it, and you think, oh, I'll just have a look at a bit of this, and then you actually sit back and find yourself enjoying it all over again.
Do you have your whole collection on your DVD shelf?
No, I've got quite a lot, quite a
Yeah.
lot, but I don't really know why, except it's probably better to have them not to have them. As soon as I didn't have them, somebody would want to see it.
Yeah, that's right. What about any other DVDs on that shelf that you maybe shouldn't admit to having?
Oh, I'm sure.
Of course, we heard yesterday from Mark Kermode. He was saying he had Sex and the City 2 on his DVD shelf.
Yes, and he was claiming it wasn't anything to do with him. He was blaming the rest of the family on enjoying Sex and the City too. There's a few things there. I'm sure I will never watch, but the family bring different sort of violent kids films into the house, and I can't bear to get rid of them, really.
Now, festivals like this, you're a busy man. Why do you think it's so important to actually come to places, to these kind of film festivals, especially somewhere like Shetland that's more remote?
Well, it's love film and love and also I love travelling and seeing different places and meeting different people, and which is one of the things about wanting to become an actor. Really, is that drawn to that sort of nomadic experience, where you travel around and get called to strange places to work and have that sort of mixture in life, and it's great. I'd never been to Shetland before, and it's fantastic to be able to.
Because you do quite a lot of this kind of thing, don't you? And you support your local schools as well in some of their filmmaking, is that right?
A little bit, yeah. There's the Lincolnshire schools have a sort of a jokingly named laughter competition. I'm not quite sure what it stands for at the moment, but it's where throughout the year, throughout Lincolnshire, different schools from all ages, from almost kindergarten up to sixth form, will put in, make their own short films and submit them, and then they get judged and they have an award ceremony, and I'm called upon to be sort of master of ceremonies at the award ceremony and get my dinner jacket on again and go along and present the prizes, and also do a bit of judging and make my own. When it's been sort of shortlisted, I can see my favourites. And they're incredibly impressive what kids can do now with modern cameras and cheap light digital cameras, and there's some fantastic things that can be done.
Do you enjoy those kind of, they're not low key so much, but more, I suppose, community events like that, like the Screenplay Festival here in Shetland? Or do things like the Oscars, are they the things you really look forward to in life?
No, I mean, I think it's the smaller events which I enjoy more probably, but it's easy for me to say because having been through some of the Oscar, Golden Globe, Cannes Film Festival, hoo ha ha, it's a fascinating thing to have done and very exciting thing to have done, but it's much harder work, and particularly than the other stuff, and it's. No, it is sort of quite grueling to go through all that, but and you don't really get to talk to people properly. But but I wouldn't be without any of it really.
Along those lines, are you drawn to some of the big films that you've been in? Obviously, you've been in a lot of huge production films like Harry Potter, like Gangs of New York, a lot of those kind of things. Or do you enjoy the smaller, lower production?
I like it all. I like the. And I like doing TV as well. Recently I did Exile and Any Human Heart, which I love. There's something about TV I really like because it is film, but they haven't got the vast budgets, and it happens really quickly. And it's I think my sort of body clock is better tempered to that sort of time scale. Really, and sometimes the big movies take so long to get. Get sort of a minute every day or something. TV is better.
Yeah, a lot of established actors like yourself seem to be doing a lot more TV these days. Is that the reason why, do you think, or some being drawn with? Is there more money in TV now?
No, I don't think it's a money thing. I don't think there's much money anywhere really. But I think it's just the TV is really excellent stuff. It always depends on the script. That's why you do it. Whichever, whether it's theatre, TV, or film. If the script's there, you'll want to do it.
Now, I've just managed to blag a role as an extra in a feature film that's coming up next year. I've never acted before. I'm a dreadful actor. What advice can you give me as someone starting out?
Well, you've got to be ready to do something with your time when you're hanging around, because there's an awful lot of hanging around on film sets, which whatever you do, whether you're an extra or a principal, you've got to be able to have quite a high boredom threshold.
What was it like for you the very first time you stepped onto a film set? Were there nerves? Did you feel this is where I want to be?
I first stepped onto a film set as an extra in a film called Go Between when I was at drama school, and it was in Norfolk in the summer, and it was 1971 or something like that. And I was just fascinated just by seeing the film, the making of a film happening in front of my eyes, and how brilliant all the different departments were, and how professional and impressive it was.
Do you still have that fascination? Do you still get any kind of nerves at all, or is it just a day job?
You always get a bit nervous because there's a lot to... if you you're getting it wrong every time you get it wrong, it costs a fortune.
So, how would you sum up your time here in Shetland? What have been the highlights for you so far?
No, but I think it's been great. It's very obviously quite a quick visit. I went to the Tombola at Ninian's Isle, and that was just wonderful.
That was with Mark Kermode, of course. That's one of his things.
He told me about it, but I didn't. He didn't come with us, and we went and we've seen the seals in the little seal colony in front of where we're staying, and it's always a treat to see large wild mammals.
Fantastic. And what's next for you then in terms of films?
I'm just going back to Berlin. I'm about to start on this film, Cloud Atlas. She'll go through to mid-December, so it's quite a big job.
Great. Well, thanks very much, Jim Broadbent, for joining us here.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.